Max was talking about it at the end of his stream. He was like, don't talk about no chariot in here. Okay, all right, first off, Zoomer, out, please. It's called a fucking chariot. You know why it's called a chariot? Because that was the first instance of a fucking chariot, okay? We don't say out. We don't say in. We say dynamo. That's cool. You're out there zooming around. What'd you call a protean wave? A cleaver? A cleaver? What the fuck is a cleaver? You mean a protean wave? So we're gonna talk terminology today. A lot of people that start to play this game, because of boomers like myself, people are forced to learn the names of mechanics that don't even exist anymore. Basically, I have this doc, and I want to talk about this stuff, man. I want to talk about tank busters, baiting, movement, and healing mechanics. I just kind of want to go over some of this shit, man, because some people don't even know what a fucking tank buster is, man. For those of you that don't know what a tank buster is, it's just a really heavy, hard-hitting ability. There's multiple different tank busters. There's a lot of different ways that you're gonna see tank busters. So like this, for example, this is just death sentence, dude. This is just a standard tank swap, okay? This is just standard. See this cast up here, death sentence? Death sentence is a fucking tank buster, okay? Here's why it's a tank buster. It hits really fucking hard. All right? So like, you know, bam! Okay, like 43,000. I had like one piece of mitigation, but it didn't matter because I use home gang, which is my invul. This is just the type of tank buster that requires a tank swap. So this is a standard tank buster in any difficult content. After I get hit by this buster, you're gonna see this right here. You're gonna see this. Basically, this means that like all of her attacks except for plummet is slashing. I now have this debuff for 34 seconds. So that means for 34 seconds, I can't tank the boss or else I'll be one shot. I'll be killed in one hit. I'm gonna say that it's virtually unhealable. So that's a standard tank buster. Now this is a double tank buster, okay? All right, now this is Morn. So as you can see, here's the cast. Both tanks are here, okay? 1 and 2. What this does, it targets the first tank, but it does so much damage that you need another tank to split the damage. And it's important to know here that Morn will only hit 2 people. So bam, both tanks got hit. And then it's just a multiple hit. So he just shits all over the tanks. Look at that. He just shits all over the tanks, okay? So if for any one of those, like let's say the tanks were to split for whatever reason, one of the tanks would die because they can't take the hit by themselves. That's another version of a tank buster. This is an AOE tank buster. So this is a unique tank buster in the sense that if you notice right here, there's 2 different debuffs, okay? This is a vuln. This is a physical vuln. Now this boss will do a standard tank buster like Twin does, where it puts a vuln on you. And if you have this vuln and this boss hits you, he's probably gonna kill you in one hit. However, he also puts another debuff on you, which is right here. And this thing appears in other fights as well. It's basically just a secondary buster that is AOE, that's gonna explode. So think of it like a bomb. So I guess this is like a bomb tank buster. The boss like hits you and then he puts a bomb on you. So when it counts down, you're gonna see that it's another tank buster, okay? Okay, so you see that shit? Look how much damage that did to me. So you can see that the range on this buster, look at this. Look how massive this is. Look at this buster, dude. This fucking thing is like this big. Now, I know what you're probably wondering. Where the fuck is the party? The party is like up here off the screen. If this buster were to hit them, it would kill them. So this is what an AOE tank buster looks like. So here's like a distance based. It's another form of a tank buster, but it's in the form of a tether this time. Now there are multiple tank buster tethers throughout the game. There's one in UCOB where you have to pick up a green tether. This is T, but basically more or less a tether will go on a person and you need to pick it up as a tank. That's it. That's all it is. It's just a buster. You see this? It's called drainage or whatever. All right, so like I kind of moved to the side because this is a little AOE. So if me and the other tank were to stack on each other, unless we had invul, we'd probably kill each other. So boom, there it is, 70k right here. Okay, now you see the AOE on this? Okay, now this is just another tank buster. But it's in the form of a tether. Same shit. It's just a really hard, heavy hit. But this one doesn't give you any debuffs or anything, okay? It's just damage. So those are tank tethers. Okay, so this is another form. These are baited busters. So basically what I mean is it's a tank buster that requires you to place your character in a specific place so that you receive the buster. If you're not in that place, then someone else will get the buster and you'll kill everybody. Now, this god-awful, miserable fucking tornado here. This bursts out tank busters. The damage on this buster isn't as high as like other tank busters, but there's multiple. And as you'll see, the buster is gonna look like this. It's gonna be a cone. So it should be like multiple busters, if that makes sense. So there's 1, there's 2, you know, there's 3. You know, I'm just over there going to fucking Tomahawk Town because this fucking game is horrible. You know, these are baited. I need to stand over here because if I stand right here, then I'm going to hit everybody. Now, you see the range on this? Look at this fucking thing. Look at this thing. Cuts off my beard right here. This is another form of Tank Buster. It's just in a different way. So same shit, different flavor. Now this is double drill. Here's where I want to talk about some of the terminologies here, okay? When people say double drill, this is where it came from. If you've never heard of double drill, there's other mechanics that are like double drill, like Wings of Destruction, double APOC. Double drill came from Midas. Double drill itself was not a Tank Buster, but I put it in the Tank Buster category because there are mechanics that require you to bait with tanks. So like, for example, double drill is the same thing as another mechanic, which I can show you later, called Wings of Destruction. And Wings of Destruction is a Tank Buster. If a non-tank baits it, they'll die. Double drill, you can have a non-tank bait it and you'll be fine. But basically, it just means you have to have like one guy close, one guy far. I wanted to show you guys double drill because this is where it came from. Like this was the origin. So, but anyway, as you can see, okay, this went on the close person here. This character is just a smidge closer than this character. This character is max melee, okay? So Xanther is max melee, but Laze is like not max melee. So that's why it hit him. If you look close, right here at the edge of the arena, there's our Black Mage, and they baited the far one. So you're gonna see a double drill right here, and you're gonna see a double drill right here. Okay, now, like I said, this specific mechanic isn't a Tank Buster, but I wanted to show you guys this because this is where it originated from. And going forward with the game, they started to turn this type of mechanic into a Tank Buster. But anyway, so this is double drill. This is double APOC. This is the one I was talking about earlier. This is the same concept, the close and the far, but it happens at different times, okay? So same concept, but just a slight twist. However, this is a Tank Buster. Now watch, this is what's gonna happen. The cast bar's over. Bach is all the way here. So what Oracle is gonna do is she's gonna jump on Bach because he's the farthest, okay? And then what's gonna happen is I'm gonna run up this line and I'm gonna stand right here. And because Oracle's hitbox will be right here, I'm gonna be the closest to Oracle. So she's gonna jump on me, okay? This is another double drill, just in a different form, okay? So as you can see, we'll look at the damage real quick. Okay, we'll look at the damage real fast. All right, so boom. Okay, Bach, he got hit with, you know, almost half his health. And then me, I have, you know, I just have Rampart and Vengeance. Okay, so I'm rocking like what? Like 46 or something. I don't fucking know, man. Okay, boom. So I take 70. So we take somewhere around the same, you know, somewhere around the same. But anyway, if this were to hit a DPS, they would probably be dead. I mean, yes, I'm sure you can super shield the DPS, whatever. In normal circumstances, the DPS would get fucking annihilated. So as you can see, there's a kind of a recurring theme here, right? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so here's Wings of Destruction. This is just another version. This one is more like double drill. Okay, so Wings of Destruction casts. Okay, so what this is going to do, this is going to hit the closest and the farthest. Lean is inside of the boss's hitbox, right? His hitbox is like right here. So he's the closest. The party is like max melee back here. And me, I run off. I'm the bitch tank in this scenario. I'm the bottom, but that's fine. I don't care. I love this group. So I run over here. And what's going to happen is the other Tank Buster is going to hit me right here. So basically, this is the same thing. Remember the double drill clip? The closest and the farthest. This is the exact same thing, except it's on tanks. Oh! I didn't know this was a greed clip. Okay, so let's break down what I just did. Okay, we're talking about snapshotting for a second. Now, I know what you're thinking, right? But you didn't stand out there. Okay, boom. There's the snapshot. You see the cast bar? The cast bar's gone. So that means that the mechanic has already snapshotted me right here. That's what that means. Now look, this is where the wings are, but my character is here. So it snapshotted me like all the way down here, and then I dashed in, okay? So that's a little bit of snapshotting. Look, here's the aftermath right here. This is how big it is. This is how big this is. So like I said, it's very similar to Double Drill. This obviously did a lot of damage to both of us. It did like 75% of my health, but as long as I live through this, it's fine because I'm not tanking. I'm not taking damage currently. So the only person the healers need to worry about, even though there's 2 Tank Busters, is just Lean, not me. As long as I live, that's good enough. Oh my God, Booba. Bigger, thank you. Oh my fucking God. Now, this is a different type of Tank Buster, okay? This is Wild Charge. Wild Charge is kind of a stack Tank Buster, but the tank has to be in front. This is a boss from Coil. So this like blue indicator here, this means that the boss is gonna Wild Charge on Marlby. So wherever Marlby is, let's say that he goes over here, okay? So he's here. So the boss is gonna charge right here. Let's say Marlby goes over here. Okay, the boss is going to charge over here. Okay, so wherever he goes, the boss is going to charge towards him. So in this case, Marlby's going to run behind the boss. Marlby's going to go at A. And the reason why Marlby's going to go at A is because this Wild Charge is a Tank Buster, but it's also like a Party Soak too. So the tank needs to be right here because whoever's first in line is going to take the most damage. And then the party can be right here, and then the Wild Charge target can be over here. Okay, so as you see... All right, now look at the party lineup. It's important to notice here that Tuck, he's the other tank. Well, he has a Vuln. He got hit by a mechanic that gives him a Vuln. So if Tuck were to be in front of me, he would die instantly, okay? So I have to be in the front. Wild Charge is gonna hit me. I have Thrill of Battle, I have a shield. And what's gonna happen is I get hit by this. And I take 6,200. So that's what Wild Charge is. Basically, it's a charge type of mechanic that pushes people back, and you need a tank to be in front. That's all it is. We talked about Tank Busters. Now, I know you guys are probably like, oh, well, what about this Tank Buster? What about that Tank Buster? This isn't trying to get every single mechanic in the game, okay? This is just trying to get like examples of some. These are mostly all of the different versions of Tank Busters. I may have left like a version or 2 out, but for the most part, if you're gonna see a Tank Buster in this game, it's gonna be one of these.